Is the market sending warning signals? The fear and greed index is shifting. What does it mean for the next week? Stay tuned for the full breakdown. Welcome back to DK Global Market Insights. Today, we are diving into the detailed technical analysis of S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 to predict the key market moves for the upcoming week. Will the market bounce and continue its rally, or are we looking at a possible deeper corrections? We will break down key support and resistance level, analyze market sentiments, and use the fear and greed index to gauge investor emotions. If you are a trader or an investor, you can't afford to miss this. So make sure to watch till end. Don't forget to subscribe and follow for the regular market updates. Let's begin. This is the weekly price chart of S&P 500 index. The index finally closed in the last week at 5,667,556, and hence it was bullish marginally by 0.51%. Now it has made an all-time high over here, and this correction has started. This correction is approximately around 10.5% from the peak it has made. So all-time high for S&P 500 is 6,147, which it made in February 2025. Now look at the characteristics of this correction. The price is looking to take support at EMA 55. Earlier also, it defended EMA 55. If you draw the trend line, price has taken support here, price has taken support here. So the price is trading quite in proximity of the trend line support, which is a dynamic support, which has the confluence of EMA 55 as well. At the same time, this is the neckline area of the earlier continuation chart pattern. So the price is currently trading at multiple confluence of neckline, EMA 55, and this rising trend line, which is very significant. Look at the momentum indicator, RSI. This particular level, with this level, you can clearly find the MDRP, that is momentum discrepancy, which indicates probably this correction seems to be over. If you look at the candlestick of the last week, it is a kind of spinning top that indicates the complete loss of downside momentum in the index. Now, considering the price action, EMA 55 should act as a good support. So 5,600 seems to be immediate support because EMA 55 is around 5,595. And this neckline will also provide the support. Where is the possible resistance? If you do the retracement analysis of this corrective wave, which is called a secondary wave, then 38.2% retracement level comes at 5,750. So this area where earlier the price has taken support and there was a breakdown here. So 5,750 to 5,780 is the immediate supply area. If it goes beyond that, then 5,870 is the median of the bearish candle and the golden ratio comes at 5,900. So there are two distinct bands of supply area. One is from 5,750 to 5,780 and then 5,870 to 5,900. Now let us move to the daily price chart. Since past many days, the price is consolidating in a narrow band. Look at this particular candle. This candle I am referring to is dated 14th March 2025. What does it indicate? There is a gap up opening and ultimately it formed a one white soldier candlestick pattern, which is a pretty strong candlestick pattern, and that too quite in proximity of important dynamic support area. So in my opinion, low of this one white soldier candlestick pattern, that is at 5,560, and this area where the price is currently taking support at 5,600 seems to be a good demand area with an intervention of the trend line that we discussed in the weekly price chart. Right now, fear and greed index is at 23, which indicates extreme fear in the market. This means investors are too cautious, which often leads to oversold market conditions. Hence, we can expect some kind of bounce back shortly. Historical data suggests that whenever index reaches these levels, we usually see upside move in S&P 500. Now let us analyze Nasdaq 100 and see what could be the next move in the upcoming week. This is the weekly price chart of Nasdaq 100 index, which finally closed in the last week at 19,753.97, and hence it was marginally bullish by 0.25%. In the recent time, it has corrected by around 13.5%. Now the question arises is whether this correction is over. Look at this trend line. Price has taken support here, taken support here, taken support here, and once again the price is bouncing. In the prior week, there is a formation of a bullish pin bar, and in the last week, there is a formation of a spinning top. But finally, back to back 2 days, it has closed above EMA 55. And earlier also it defended EMA 55, and it seems that it is quite in proximity of important support area, because this area, it was the resistance earlier, which is now acting as a support. So in the last week, what did we discuss? We discussed 19,300 to 19,500 as intermittent support. However, there is a strong support at 18,500 in Nasdaq 100. Let us check the momentum also. If we compare this level versus this level in terms of price, this level versus this level, we can find MDRP, momentum discrepancy, in the RSI that indicates possibility of a correction being over. Where is the potential resistance? If we do the retracement analysis of this corrective wave, 38.2% retracement level comes at 20,300, and it is a support area. So 20,300 to 20,600 is the immediate resistance area or supply area, and then it will face a resistance at 21,100, which is nothing but the golden ratio with a confluence of EMA 21 and volume weighted moving average 21 period. Now we can look at the daily price chart. What do we find? That the price is consolidating in a very narrow range. Here too we can find one white soldier kind of candlestick pattern, and during the last trading session of the last week, there was a gap down opening. The price recovered with the substantial rise in the volume. RSI, we can see the bullish swing breakout. So ultimately this is the support area, and 20,300 to 20,600 is the immediate resistance area. In daily chart, it has a resistance of SMA 144 as well. After having seen the price action, what do you think? Is correction over? Please offer your comment. Don't forget to subscribe and follow for more educational videos on stock market. See you in the next video.